Hey, welcome. All my right thinkers, thanks for tuning in to check out your boy, P-Funk. Thinking right out here in the lab. Well, I do what I do for you. Ho, ho, ho. We got a nice one for you today. Let's get it started. Rightism, 25 rules to live by. Storytelling, story with a message and story for life. I give life lessons. You tune in to receiving them. We got a good thing going. I appreciate you. Numbers looking good. Let's get to work. Right thinking. Mission, and that's what I'm on, is to enlighten, inspire, educate, and motivate you, the individual, to a higher spiritual level of enlightenment. Right thinking way of life through mental and spiritual discipline, daily will help and guide you to attain the goal of spiritual enlightenment, aka know thyself. My mission is that all right thinkers know thyself. So I'm gonna give you the tools you need to make that possible for yourself. Let's go. Tune in and get the lesson. That's what I'm here for you daily. I do what I do. It's all for you. Tune in and get it. You can know yourself too. Excuse me. I asked the question, do you know you? It's rhetorical. But if you don't have the answer for yourself, tune in. I can help you with that. That's what I do for you. I got you. A person who knows not and knows not that they know not is foolish. Disregard them. A person who knows not and knows that they know not is simple. You teach them. That's why I do what I do for you. Appreciate you too. Stay tuned. I got you. A person who knows not and believes and think that they know is dangerous. Avoid them. I do. A person who knows and knows not that they know is spiritually asleep. I can awaken them. I'm the spiritual alarm clock here to wake you up with knowledge of self. A person who knows and knows that they know is wise. Follow them. All these persons reside in you. Right thinkers, know thyself. And to my yacht, be true. This is the last two lessons of this book. So when I'm done with this, I'm taking you over to my next venture, which is Egyptian Book of the Dead. Breaks down a whole bunch of stuff. So that's more information I got for you. So let's wrap this up. In today's lesson, right thinkers, let's talk about precautions. Excuse me. What was that here? Spiritual precautions, excuse me. And how to control psychic powers and your spiritual experiences. Teach you how to handle what you got. If you got it, you should know how to handle it. Okay, so this is first. I'm gonna give you the layout, the precautions of it. If you don't have it, this things are gonna happen. So these things you should take precautions of. Now, the teachings presented in this book does not provide the full method awakening on how to awaken the serpent power through what? Secret meditations, proper breathing exercises, and chants, chants of Heka, because what? The misuse of these before the personality has been prepared could lead to the practitioner of this what? Injury. You could hurt yourself. This is real stuff. So those interested and those who are serious, about the serpent power path, taking serpent power path, becoming right thinkers, should follow these instructions. It's seven of them. I'm gonna read them out to you, hopefully break it down for you, and then read another paragraph, and then we're gonna be moving on to the next lesson because this book is almost finished. First of all, first one, number one, work with a qualified preceptor, teacher, someone with what? Experience in what? Awakening the serpent power and who can guide you that should any problems develop, if it is awakening prematurely or the wrong manner, practicing the wrong manner, getting a misunderstanding, you have somebody you can go back and get the information, you'll get back on the right track. Don't think you got to figure it out on your own. Make it easy for yourself. Get somebody who knows. I got one rule. If it's something I don't know, all I got to do is ask somebody. I ain't got to figure it out. I ain't got to act like I know. No, just get information. Right thinkers, know when you don't know something. That's just smart. Thinking you know something that you don't is dumb. or having somebody or want somebody to think you know something that you really don't know is even dumber. Moving on. Don't profess or don't act like you're somebody who you're not. That's all. Keep it real. P-Funk, that's what it means for me. Pure real. I ain't changing for nobody. And no amount of money. Not for sale. Moving on. Let's go. Precautions. Number 2 thing. Become, now this one, is, again, preference, your choice. It says become a vegetarian to cleanse the body for at least 3 years before beginning the more advanced disciplines of serpent power. This is how serious they was about the Kundalini, raising the serpent power. Things you had to do physically first. Watch this. Do not overeat and do not starve yourself. Again, balance. Find the balance. Sorry, got a lesson on that too. Then it also says practice a comedic diet. Eat what they eat. I'm gonna eat what I eat. That part okay, moving on. So your choice. Again, if you want to practice what you find out what their food of choice was, and you do that. But you do what works for you. My philosophy, right thinking is you do what works for you. I can give you pointers. I can point you in the direction. I can tell you what I do. But you find what works for you. That's the name of the game. Moving on. Study the serpent power right thinking philosophy when? During the cleansing period, thereby what? Purifying your mind. The mind have to be occupied with what? Something worthwhile to spend the time on, not a bunch of nonsense. Studying will do that. Okay. I got to get into a book. I got to read something to keep the mind, to keep my mind, keep me occupied. That's all. So that's just me. Again, you can do what you want to do, but you have to study. Okay. Next one, number 4. This is the lesson I've been teaching for the last 2 weeks now, I think. Control the sex urges during the purification period. Purification means no masturbation, no sexual contact. You're keeping all your bodily functions inside. You turn it over, purifying it by keeping it in, not wasting it. That's the concept. Semen retention. Abstinence. Those are things that you do to purify the body by keeping what? The sex, your sperm in your body and rejuvenate into what? Spiritual energy. That's why. Get that lesson too. Now, and you also have to prepare to what? Practice abstinence. Doing the advanced phase of the serpent power discipline. I'm trying to get you to understand, fellas, young fellas, stop. Just get some control over that. That's all. That's all I can say about that. I'm tired of beating over the head with that nonsense. But number 5, make sure you do not have high blood pressure or other medical conditions before beginning the advanced phase of the serpent power discipline. When I first joined the order, Masonic order, you had to get a doctor's order that said you was physically fit in good enough condition to go through the rigors that you're gonna go through to become a Mason. Don't do that no more. But that's how serious it was. Again, and the advanced disciplines are what? Are stressing to the body, excuse me, and the beginning of what? Good health is necessary for success. So you have to be in some decent physical condition. I'm in the gym every day. My motto is a little bit of something is better than a whole lot of nothing. So whatever you can get in on a day-to-day basis will help. That's all. Number 6, stabilize your home life. Some of us get caught up in everything except at home. No, home should be comfortable. Before you go out to the world, home should be taken care of. Is your house in order, fellas? If your wife ain't happy, your house ain't in order. Just saying. And the next one is practice what? Maya, where? At home and at play. You keep the balance. You keep your focus. You practice your philosophy all the time. That's what Maya represents. Number 7, good one. Stabilize what? Your job or your occupation of choice by what? Practicing Maya at work also. Again, long as you're practicing and living that philosophy, you'll benefit. That's what I could try to tell you. Why? Because you're going to do what's right on a regular basis, whether you're at home, at work, at play, wherever. You keep. I call it being God conscious. Same thing. Okay, just give me understanding. Let me break down a little bit more. We're almost done. No paragraph right here. I'm trying to tell you now. So now with the practice, when the practice is what? Successful when done properly, your energies of high vibration that are locked within what? Within matter which would be vibrating at a low rate or what? Liberated. So that means your lower nature has got to be risen. It's doing that by vibrating on a higher level. You make the lower frequency raise up. The energy, what's this, of the liberated mind is more powerful than what? Than a liberated atomic explosion. The energy of the liberated mind can what? Listen, can manifest in the form of heat, light, sound, etc. Meaning, once you have knowledge and understanding, you can manifest whatever you can. If you can conceive it, you can achieve it. That's manifestation of what? Of great intensity, even more powerful than what? Than physical forms of energy, including what? A nuclear blast. Before this happens, though, your personality must be what? Prepared. There you go. You must be prepared to handle those forces. If you have a weapon that you don't know how to use, it's not going to be good for you. So, practice makes perfect. Thinking right on a regular basis makes perfect. Otherwise, what happens? This can have a detrimental effect on your personality, even what? Leading to dis-ease or even insanity, psychiatric breakdowns. See, that's serious stuff. So therefore, you the practitioner should follow the instructions. Quick story about following instructions to the T. Icarus. I remember because this is one of my favorite Greek stories back before I came enlightened. Everything I knew about Greek mythology. So it's a story about Icarus. Him and his father were locked up. And they took and made them some wings out of wax and bird feathers. Genius, right? Okay. He got everything hooked up. He gave the instructions to his son Icarus. Son, don't fly too high. You go get too close to the sun, the heat will melt the wax and wings. You have a problem. Don't fly too low. Get to the water, the mist from the water will make the wings soggy and weigh you down and you'll go down. So just follow instructions. So Icarus being like, showing off, having fun, it felt good. And what did he do? Flowing up high as he could. Look, there's a no. He kept going. And when he realized the wings are starting to fall off because the wax starting to melt like his father said it would, once it kicked into him, what? It's too late. Simple. So I use that as to say, follow the instructions to the letter of the law. Why? It could cost you your life. So follow the instructions of what his or her preceptor. Moi. Trust me on this. There can be no pain involved with what? Self-development of the spiritual power as its awakening, what? Restructures the nervous system. Something's going on inside your body. Your kundalini line starting to line up, serpent power starting to go up, work its way up. Why? Because you're living and you're doing the right thing. Obviously. That's the only way it can happen. And what's this? The remaining impurities, okay, in your nervous system, watch this, caused either by physical impurities, something you're doing wrong, or psychological ones, something you're thinking, the way you're thinking, will be what? Met with now, watch this, with immense force. High nature said, we ain't having that nonsense, no nature. Get in line or get the hell out. Watch this. So if the personality is not ready to handle this, physical or emotional breakdown, that's what can happen. You will have a physical or mental breakdown. So therefore, what? Again, follow the instructions laid out here for what? Gradual development in Masonic order, just like in the Serpent Rising. Each degree, each level, one at a time, master it, move on. The question, have you shown suitable proficiency in the preceding degree before he get another degree? From 1 to 7, Every degree you have to master to get the next degree. Same thing as masonry. See, I'm telling you, it's done gradually. Okay, the gradual development, right? And do not skip the advanced practice without. Listen, do not practice the advanced practice without a proper guidance. I got you. Now let's wrap it up. Now, if this teachings is mastered, if these things are mastered, you follow them and practice them daily, and you become master of them. It just said what? That you, the practitioner, will now control the caduceus of Tahuti. The caduceus, the stick that he had, the wand with the two serpents going up. I see me doing that. I set and Neptune's going up to meet at the temple at the sixth round of chakra. Enlightenment, that's what you're trying to have happen. What happened? This was what happened. When you control the caduceus, meaning you got control, in essence, watch this. You're controlling the power of what? Your life force energy centers and the two serpents, Nephthys and Aset, or Ida and Pingala in India. But what? They lead to what? Self-knowledge of what? As above and below. This is why it is said what? That the one who grasps, understands my principles of vibration has what? Has grasped the scepter of power, meaning you're becoming knowledgeable of yourself. That's a good thing to be. Let me wrap this up. I gotta move to the next page. Hope you enjoyed the lesson. Now let's wrap this up with, excuse me. The title is How to control your psychic powers. Some of us have psychic powers, and once we realize we have them, we freak out. Mastery of that is how you. I'm about to give you a lesson right now on how to master that concept of your psychic powers and your spiritual experiences. Sometimes the awakening happens to people just because they live and doing right. They don't have the knowledge and wherewithal of what's going on inside the body. The serpent is moving. That's what, no matter whether you know it or not, that's what happens if you're doing and living right. So that's the point. And it's better to have somebody instruct you, hopefully inform you, so when it happens, you're prepared. So let's talk about it right quick, wrap this up for you. Now, as you gain success with the serpent power, yoga, you will experience, again, it's all about your experience. You will experience many new thrills of discovering what? Your inner self. Ain't no bigger thrill than finding about you. Well, maybe I didn't feel that way, but man, it's exciting. But however, at the beginning, what happened? You may feel fear. Why? Since this is new territory, you don't know what's going on. You're not familiar with it. So some people get scared. So, and as you move forward, you will what? Discover unimaginable heights of what? Enjoyment, self-fulfillment, aka bliss, peace, happiness within, such as what? None that you can find in ordinary human life. This is the goods. This is the next level up. It's telling you you can't find it normally, ordinarily. But watch this. Never forget what? How never forget, however, that these are what? All just transient thrills, and that the ultimate thrill, which is what? The discovering of the self, still awaits you at the end of your psycho-spiritual journey, aka life. We're spiritual beings having a human experience. Once we become conscious of that fact, we can do whatever we want to do. Moving on. So watch this. So be detached. Be a detached witness. Excuse me. Be a detached witness to what? To the experience, even as you experience them. Remember, we're spiritual beings having experience, human experience. Enjoy the human experience. Understand the human experience. Why? That's what it's there for. But psychic powers, watch this. Now, psychic powers such as what? Such as the ability to perceive at a distance, what? Clairvoyance, telepath, etc. At one time, we could communicate mentally. Just think about somebody and they would call. We've done it many times. Me and my mom pick up the phone at the same time and it don't ring. We on the other end. freaked us out, but we've done that too. So we've had that power. We just don't let it get away. And remember, like anything in life, if you have it and don't use it, you're going to lose it. Moving on. So watch this. With the psychic powers such as those, now can be yours as what? The hidden potential. We all have the ability to do that. Of what? The energy centers unfold if your desire, watch this, if you desire them, but remember that these can be a distraction like worldly hobbies and gifts can be as well. When stuff is given to you easily that you have to work for, you take them and move on. But the most important psychic power, your most important psychic power that you should look for are what? Inner peace and contentment. Why? Because these will allow you to be free from all worldly miseries while enduring what? A sensation not unlike the fulfillment of sexual desires, but multiplied manifold. Again, let me tell you about that. That orgasm, the mental orgasm, superior to any physical anything you can ever have. Why? Because it's internal. The physical got to be right, meant to be made. Either having a partner or you got to function out. But with the mental orgasm, it's a feeling that's undescribable. And the only thing that comes close to it is the sexual orgasm. Okay, but it's the mental orgasm where it's really your psychic powers starting to download into you. You're starting to feel the power of that. And that feels so good. That's true power. That's true power. Watch this. Now, for the season, excuse me, for this reason, having that power of sexual orgasm magnified by many times by having it mentally. Watch this. For this reason, your serpent power yoga is known as what? The style of yoga which bestows what? Fulfillment where? In all planes. Physical, astral, and casual, meaning body, mind, and soul. It is also why what? All forms of yoga depend on what? Serpent power for what? Spiritual advancement. A practitioner of wisdom, yoga, right thing philosophy, you elevate your serpent power by what? Cleansing the mind and body through reason. Working out physically, studying mentally. A practitioner of devotional yoga, here we go. You take me through the steps of yoga that you practice to get where you want to be. Devotional yoga, you are elevating your serpent power again by cleansing the mind, the body through what? Pure emotion, which is directed towards the divine. That's devotional love. That means you showing God. You got some people who get the Holy Ghost, they talk in tongues. That's devotional worship toward the high. Your emotions going toward God by expressing it in those manners. Okay? I go into prayer, meditation. A practitioner of what? Action of yoga elevates their serpent power. How? By cleansing of the mind, the body through what? Righteous living. That's us right there. Ding, 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 ding. That's how we do it through righteous living and what? Actions which is directed toward the divine. How? Through selfless service to humanity. That's how. Now, a practitioner of meditation, which I'm one, yoga, elevates again the serpent power by cleansing the mind and body through what? Pure will and concentration. Will, desire to do right, concentration, the focus and meditation, and you direct that toward the divine again. So therefore, all forms of yoga, right thinking philosophy, we practice integral yoga. That means using every aspect of yoga when we need it. But it's better to know it, have it, master it, than not know it and need it and don't master it. So again, practice all of them to learn them and master them. And watch this. Said, therefore, all forms of yoga practices need to have what? Insight into serpent power. They're all based on that. Wrapping it up, again, appreciate you tuning in. As the serpent power is awakened, watch this, in a natural way. You hear that? Natural. No drugs, no additive, no. In a natural way, through the ways we just talked about, there is increasing what? Peace and greater understanding of the teachings. Greater understanding comes from what? Expansion of the consciousness that is brought about how? Through hard work, daily study of the serpent power and the teachings of right thinking philosophy, and it increases your conscious awareness and your capacity of your nervous system to what? To accommodate the expanded perceptions. Okay? These senses become what? Expansive. The sense of what? Smell get more keener. The sense of touch is more precious. Hearing is more sensitive, more keener. You can hear, okay? Seeing is more focused. And all these things will become subtler and will begin to perceive what? Beyond the physical plane. These lead to what? Perennial awareness. That means constant awareness of what? Life. And all encompassing appreciation of existence. Knowing thyself, loving thyself. And this is called, you ready? Nihas. Ding, 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 my favorite. Or some will call it spiritual enlightenment. Another one. And the final one, we call it the Great Awakening. Question, right thinkers, before I leave. Are you woke? If not, tune in. I got more for you. And in closing, right thinkers, may you live to be 100 and me 100 minus a day. So I never knew that right thinkers like you have passed away. I'm out.